Kitten, and this is my Kandi rotating cuff tutorial. I just want to start off by saying making epic candy does take a lot of time and patience, but I've never been a basic bitch before.
So get on my level, the fuck.
This video is dedicated to those of you guys who are ready to step up your candy game. You don't have to finish this in one day, look at it as a hobby. So with that being said, let's get started. First, we're going to start with an X cuff. If you already know how to make one, feel free to skip this part. So you're going to need two colors, one as a primary color and one as a secondary color. The pattern of first row is going to be primary color, secondary color. These three as one set. You're going to repeat this set until it matches with your desired width. I made mine total of 48 beads. You don't have to make yours as big. It's fine as long as it fits into your upper arm. Once you're done, you can tie 2 knots to close it. Cut off the short side you're not going to use anymore, and put the strings through the secondary color beads next to you to hide the knots. Once your string is coming out from the secondary color bead, we are going to start the second row. So the pattern of the second row is going to change into one primary color, one secondary color, one primary color. These three as one set. For this row, you're only going to put one set through each secondary color bead from the first row. You can look at how I'm doing it and make sure your string is tight enough. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Your string should be coming out from the lower secondary color. Now you're going to put the strings through both of the upper primary color bead and the upper secondary color bead next to it. Your string should be coming out from the upper secondary color bead, and we are going to start our third row. You're going to use the same pattern, one primary color, one secondary color, one primary color. Look where I'm pointing right now. Count 1, 2, 3 secondary color bead, and put the string with 3 beads into the third one. We're going to repeat this step for the entire row. Once you're done with this row, you're going to see your first X shown on the screen. Once you're done with the third row, just know that from now on, we're basically just repeating the steps of creating more rows by using the same method as how you created the third row. Once you have 5 eggs, like shown on screen, we are ready to close off this cuff. Just like earlier, your string should be coming out from the upper secondary color bead. We are going to add 2 primary color beads into the string. Repeat this step until you're complete with this row. And once you're done, you can tie 2 knots, but don't cut off the long string yet. Your cuff should look something like this. So now we're going to start to build a stop on both sides. Your string should be in between a primary color bead and a secondary color bead. I want you to put the string through the secondary color bead on the top. So we're going to put in beads with a new pattern. The new pattern is going to be 2 primary color beads, 1 secondary color beads, 2 primary color beads. We're going to put them into the secondary color bead next to it, and repeat this step until you're done doing it horizontally. It should look something like this. Once you're done, your string should be coming out from a secondary color bead. Now we're going to put the strings through the 2 primary color bead and 1 secondary color bead as seen. The string should now come out of the top of the triangle. Now put 2 primary color beads into your string. I want you to vertically count 3 secondary color beads and put the string into the third one. Then put 2 primary color beads into the string again. We're basically doing a zigzag right here, and the purpose of this is to create a bigger X as a stop on the edge of both sides. So later on, the actual rotating part is not going to fall out. Once you're done doing the zigzag all the way around, your string should be coming out from the secondary color bead in the middle of the X. The following part is not mandatory. I do it because I feel like it makes my candy a lot fancier. I call this the decoration roll. I basically put all my special beads in between those secondary color beads horizontally. It doesn't take a lot of time since it's just a straight line. So once you're done, you can just tie off the knots and do the exact same thing on the other side of the cuff. Now we're finally moving on to the actual rotating part of the cuff. It's basically just a regular X cuff with 2 X's in the middle. I'm not going to repeat the steps again. If you want, you can just rewatch the beginning to see how to make an X cuff. But the tip is this cuff, it has to be wider than the first cuff you've made because it has to have enough space to fit and rotate outside of the first cuff. To be honest, if you just want to make a basic rotating cuff, you can just stop right here. But I'm a fancy bitch, so I'm going to continue to build on this cuff. I'm just doing the same thing like how we built on top of the cuff earlier. 2 X's as seen, nothing different. And then it's like building a pyramid, right? I have 2 X's at the bottom, so I can make one more X on the top. So I'm doing the same thing, the only difference is I'm using 2 beads to replace pony beads. But in terms of how I built the X, it's completely the same as the one I built at the bottom. Once I'm done with that, I'm creating an accessory row again, like what I did earlier, a straight horizontal line filled with my special beads. After I'm done, I'm just slowly putting my rotating cuff into the base cuff we made earlier. And that is how I made my rotating cuff. If you like things fancy, you can also add LED lights into the cuff. It's really pretty when it gets dark. So that's it for today's tutorial. It took me a week to put this video together, so I really hope you learned something out of this. There's a lot of ways to make candy, and this is just my way of making it. Ultimately, I hope you can create your own style, because that's what makes your candy special. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys find this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!